that. That is looking so nice, isn't it? Wow. Let me grab hold of, that's the trouble. Well, my lunch is about here now. This is what we're talking about. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Flipping distractions everywhere. Look at it. This is spectacular. And I hate this place and I hate life. No one says hello back. I don't know what's going on. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Hiking the Wainwrights and welcome to what feels like the first day of winter. It is absolutely flipping freezing. Now if you catch your mind back to the previous video up on Bessie Boot, on the way back down I said that I'd be going up to Thornythorpe Fell on the other side of Coombe Gill, and up until last night really I was going to change that whole plan because I thought, you know, I'll just mix it up and go somewhere else, a different route. Slightly shorter, but I decided no, I want to go and do this ridge up to Thornythorpe Fell because it is absolutely beautiful. But I'll tell you what, let's just go and have a look at the map and see exactly where we're going today. So we've parked in Seatoller, walked along the road to Mountain View and then taken the path that will lead us up towards Coombe Gill. We're going to branch off and follow the ridgeline up towards Thornythorpe Fell, enjoying spectacular views down into the Hanging Valley as well as out to the west. Then it's past Coombe Head and onto the scramble up the rock step to the summit of Glaramara, today's first Wainwright. After that we'll traverse the undulating ridge towards Allen Crags, enjoying the many infinity pool tarns along the way. And at the end of the ridge is Allen Crags, the second Wainwright. Now it's time to drop down onto one of my favourite paths in the lakes that leads us to Sprinkling Tarn. Once we get to the tarn we'll make our way over to the third and final Wainwright of the day, Seathwaite Fell via the true summit. We'll take in those views back down into the valley before doubling back along the fell towards Sprinkling Tarn. At which point we'll then make our way down to the stretcher box at Stye Head, and then down alongside Stye Head Tarn, across Stye Head Gill, before a fairly rapid descent down to Stockley Bridge. Then it's a nice gentle walk along to the farm at Seathwaite, followed by an easy stroll along the valley road back to Seatoller. And of course, the Vane. That's it. As you can see, it's a fairly longish route, hence why Finn's not here today. And with any luck, we might be able to see a little bit of snow up on the higher fells, perhaps on Great Gable. We'll see. Anyway, without further ado, let's get up here, let's get some heat generated and get some blood back into these blue hands. It's a beautiful morning this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can see all the mist in the valley there. And I just stood there a minute ago just watching it ebbing and flowing, but I think all that's going to be gone very soon because the sun's coming up. And it's going to be a wall-to-wall blue sky sunny day today. It's going to be lovely, really, really lovely day. But yeah, all this kind of beauty will be gone and it'll just be not great for photographs. But great for showing you guys the different views when we get on top. Today is also Saturday, so yeah, it's going to be absolutely rammed. It was busy coming in. I mean, I got here about 7 o'clock and it was already getting busy down the Borrowdale Road here. People heading off to Seathwaite, go and do Scafell Pike and Great Gable and the biggies basically. Not seen anybody here yet, that's good. That's a good sign. I'll probably bump into a lot of people around Esk Causeway, I'd imagine, around Sprinkling Tarn. Hey, here it is. Okay, this is Coombe Gill here, and we could kind of see it on that previous video when we were coming down that hill, but this is a much better view of it. Very nice, and we're about to head up into what is called the Coombe. which is like this hanging valley. It's beautiful. We'll get a much better view of it a bit further up. And that view, looking back up north, is absolutely staggering, isn't it? Look at it. Wow. Doesn't take long at all to start to get a view. God, I love this place. Still not seen anybody yet. Before I crack on with the rest of the route, I just want to say that this video today is sponsored by me. If you're enjoying these videos and you love the outdoors, please consider visiting my website at blackcrag.com, where you can browse a selection of unique and striking fine art photographs. There's the open editions prints, which feature in a number of top hotels and restaurants here in the Lake District and beyond, as well as limited editions if you're after something a little more rare and collectible. All photographs are printed on the very best paper available. When you see these photographs printed, you will be blown away by the quality, and it's free worldwide shipping. By buying one of my photographs, not only will you be investing in a piece of art for your home, but also supporting this channel directly, which in turn allows me to make more of these videos. Okay, you just need to be careful when you get to that point there where you cross that little gill by the fence. You need to branch off to the right just after it and get onto this stepped path. Otherwise, you end up going along the path that takes you up to the coombe, and you don't want that. Well, you might do, I don't know. But for this route, up onto the ridge, we take the right-hand path. I'm looking forward to being in that sunshine. Look at that cutie. Okay, this is the coombe here. A little hanging valley, and you know, again, you can see the piles of moraine there at the head of the valley. Beautiful. And if you're familiar with Wainwright's books, you'll know he mentions the only natural cave in the whole of the Lake District, and that's just about there. One day, I'll have a wander up there, because that gale looks amazing. But check out the light in the valley. Wow, that is looking spectacular. I just love the way the mist is hanging on the trees. I love the way the white buildings illuminated like that. And check out the river of cloud going between King's How and Castle Crag. Wow, that is gorgeous, isn't it? Now, I'm not complaining. I might be complaining a little bit, but wouldn't it be lovely if there wasn't all that total blue sky? If there's a little bit of cloudage there, just break it up a little bit, you know, get some light coming through, some crepuscular rays, a little bit of shaftage, and illuminating little points on the ground with that mist going down the valley. That would be something else, but alas, it's not to be. I mean, I want everything. I do want everything. I'm greedy. Now, once again, if you cast your mind back to the previous video, we're now at the point where I said that this bit across the valley looked a little bit like a Cornish pasty. This is it. These are the ridges of crust right here. Delicious. It's making me hungry. That light's looking nice up towards Coombe Head. Beautiful. Just maybe see a little bit of shaftage there. Okay, almost in the sunshine. Getting rather excited, and that should be it for pretty much all the day. Well, until we head back down into the valley later on. Look at that, that is looking so nice, isn't it? And how nice is this ridge? I mean, the other way I was going to come up was up Hind Gill, and it's a really steep pull up from Seathwaite. So it would have got me up to Glaramara very quickly, or maybe not, I don't know. But you miss all this out. It's absolutely gorgeous, look at it. Really getting to look at the coombe and enjoying this nice gentle ridge up. It's honestly, it's a beautiful place. Here we go. Sunshine. So you can probably see that there's actually quite a bit of frost on the ground at the moment. But now the sun's here, that should all melt off. I just hope it all doesn't melt off the higher fells, this snow we've had recently. And it really was just the very, very tip top of those fells. There was a tiny bit on Skidder. I think that's melted actually. Yeah. So it's at this point that I should get some views out west. There we go. There's Black Star. We're getting a glimpse of Great Gable now. So yeah, a little bit of snow on there, but most of it's gone now. It's a shame. So if you look at the OS map, you'll see there's two paths going up to Thornyfoot Fell. There's the green dotted path, which is the permitted right of way. But you'll also notice there's a little black dotted path, and that is what I'm on at the moment. This is the most interesting because it kind of weaves around all these little lumps and bumps here, and then we get, you know, these views out towards the west. On the other path, you don't get this, not until you get a bit further up. So it's worth doing. And if you follow along on my route, then obviously you'll be here anyway, so it's good. So there's the permitted route there, look, the green dotted path. So as you can see, it's on the other side of the ridge. We want to go right up the nose. There's a nice big imposing lump of rock here. I'll tell you what, you know, you start off freezing with blue hands, but it doesn't take long at all to get the blood pumping. And I've got a whole lot of hurdies around here, I'll show you in a minute. About to leave the sunshine for a little bit and heading up onto this slightly steeper section, but once we get to the top of here, it levels off a little bit. Have a little bit of a breather up there. So I'm going to get my head down. First of all, I'm going to show you these hurdies because they look so cute, and then we'll get up there. Okay, not far from the top of this steep pull, but yeah, just looking back out towards Bessie Boot, if you look beyond it, you can see Helvellyn, and there's a definite dusting of snow there. Oh, that'll be jam-packed up there today. Loads of people playing in that tiny, tiny bit of snow. It's looking stunning behind me. I know you're probably struggling to see because obviously the sun is right there and it's probably all silhouetted, but Coombe Head just looks amazing. It looks almost like the Himalayas. Dare I say that? Ah, I dare. It's quite slippy out of the sun. There's like a little bit of ice on all the rocks. So it's a little bit Slipsville, so I'm just thinking ahead when I get to Glaramara, because there's two routes up Glaramara. There's one that's a rocky way up called the Rock Step, and a grassy way up. I'd like to go and do the Rock Step. We'll go and have a look at it. Beautiful, isn't it? So that's where I was in the last video, Rosset Cam, right there. That was a great walk. It was an amazing day. In terms of light, if you've not seen it already, go and have a look. Bessie Boot, episode 1. A photographer's dream day. It really was. And at this point, we also get our first glimpse of the first Wainwright of the day, Glaramara, which is kind of that lump there. And as you can see, it's kind of levelled off a little bit. Obviously, it is still uphill to go, but there's this sort of flatter section here, which is a nice bit of rest after that steep bit. I must admit, I'm really struggling with this sun though. I can't see where I'm going. I keep getting blinded and I've got loads of little green spots in my eyes. Oh God, I forgot about this bit. I think ordinarily it's not so bad, but just worried that some of these rocks, especially that one there, looks like it's got some frost on it. I don't want to step onto that and then slide. I think what I might do is head over there. I can see some rocks going across that narrow bit onto that one, and then over. That's it. On a non-frosty day, that would be fine, but like I said, I'd end up doing the splits probably, and you don't want to see that, do you? Doesn't seem to be getting any closer. All right, finally coming up on Coombe Head just here, and literally cannot see where I'm going. Like I said, there's green spots all over my eyes, and I could really do with my vision right now because there's a lot of boggage around here. It's actually not as bad as it normally would be because it is on its way to freezing, so it's a bit more solid. So I'm going to get kind of up to the point where I'll be level with Coombe Head just here, so there's a little bit of uphill, and then it levels off a little bit once again, and then you have that final push up to Glaramara and the rock step. All right, Coombe Head just here, but let me spin you around because now we're getting a really good view of Great Gable and Green Gable, and look at Pillar behind it. Absolutely gorgeous, big lump of mountain that, isn't it? And we can see Pillar Rock just, and you can kind of see that cresting wave that is, well, I was going to say steeple, that's not steeple. That is actually Black Crag. So you've got Black Crag and then it goes round and then steeples on the other side of that. It's looking nice out to the north as well with Skidder and a bit of Keswick, Derwent, and even a little bit of King's How. Okay, so here we go. Here's Glaramara here, and based on the amount of slipping just going up there, very, very greasy because obviously you're on the north side here. The rocks aren't drying at all. It's a bit greasy, a little bit kind of frosty. So yeah, slipping quite a bit. So what I'm saying is, we'll go and have a look at the rock step, and if it looks a little bit, you know, like I might slip and die, then I'll swing back round onto the grassy path that will take us round. Okay, just getting up to the rock step here, and I was just talking to a guy there. He's just come down from Glaramara, and he said he went up the rock step, come down the grassy way because he said it's a little bit slippy up here, and I can believe it because I'm sliding all over the place just here because there's a very, very thin layer of rime on the rock, very, very thin layer. I might try and show you it in a minute. So I think to err on the side of caution, I'm going to go and do the grassy. I'm slipping everywhere just here. I'm going to go up the grassy bit, the grassy path around. It's not difficult at all here on a dry day. Oh God, they're just big steps. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it a go. It actually doesn't look so bad. It looks like it's thawed a little bit here because it's less exposed. So I'm going to give it a go, and then if it's not a goer, I'll go around. But first, I need to put my camera away and figure out how I'm going to film it and somehow keep 2 hands to climb. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so this is where we're going to go, up here. I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. Like I said, on a dry day, it is very straightforward, but it's a bit damp. I'm sorry, this is the worst filming ever. Just trying to get the camera in position. It's not easy. Let me grab hold of, that's the trouble. That's the problem here. That's kind of the worst of it, really. I must admit, I probably made that look a lot harder than it actually was, but like I said, it is just really, there's like this very fine frost on the rock. Oh God, I could really do with coming with a lighter bag sometime. Wow, check out the views. Wonderful. Oops. God, it's so slippy. Okay. Lovely. All right, here we are on the summit of Glaramara. How nice is this? See a little bit of Crag and S-Pike Bowfail. Wonderful. Langdale Pikes, Harrison Stickle, Pike Stickle. I'll tell you what, let me do the usual and show you exactly what we can see from this summit. Not a bad, eh? I'm just going to have a little wander over to the very end here and look back down towards the route we took up. Whoa. Trying not to slip. Oh, that's lovely. You can actually see Mountain View down there, which is the white building way over the distance. Oh, shadow. Way down there in the valley. That's where I walked off the main road there and started to come up. Oh, honestly. It's incredible. Never ever get tired of this. I think what I'm going to do now is leave Glaramara. I mean, it is a beautiful place. Lovely, nice and rocky. But I'm going to head off now in the direction of Allen Crags, which is way over there in the distance, kind of in front of S4-Ep2. Well, it's not kind of, it is definitely in front of S4-Ep2. Probably get somewhere halfway along this ridge and try and find somewhere to sit down and have me butties and me marsh bar overlooking Sprinkling Tarn and Seathwaite Fell. So yeah, let's go and find that. I want to figure out how the hell I get down from here. Oh, what a beautiful day. You know, let me think about this. I've seen two people all day. So I saw a guy who came up just as I was getting towards Seathwaite Fell. He kind of went past, and then a lady went past after him, and that's it. That's all I've seen. Sounds like I'm really slow, doesn't it? Well, I kind of am. I do take my time, and I'm filming lots of stuff and then kind of going back and, oh, let's get a photograph of that, and let's film this and film that. So, yeah. Just making up excuses. So slow. But there's no rush, is there? I don't want to charge around this place. I want to really take it all in. I don't want to miss anything, really. Because I'd kick myself. I would really kick myself if I'm kind of watching the footage and like, oh no, walked right past that amazing thing, you know, three-headed sheep or whatever. Okay, I'm waffling. Let's get, like I said, to the picnic spot and crack those butties open, because I am absolutely Hank Marvin. Some really good examples of tough here. Look, let's go over here for you geology fans. Again, all the many, many eruptions over millions of years, and all the ash is kind of settled in and bedded down. Fantastic, look at it. Amazing patterns. Crag, you're boring, shut up, get your sandwiches open. It is such a beautiful day today. Like I said earlier, you know, there's some heat in that sun. And it's so quiet. It's wonderful. I feel like I'm in heaven. I know I say this a lot and I'm probably a little bit boring with it, but it really is so special here. So special in the Lake District. And I think a lot of you guys who come here and do a lot of walking, you get exactly what I'm saying. You know it, you know the feeling. And I hope that, you know, you watching these videos gives you that sense when you're not able to get up here. I know quite a few of you have actually told me this in the comments and in emails and DMs and what have you, that you do get your little fix, you know, your Lake District fix. You feel like you're here with me, which is brilliant. I mean, that's exactly what I'm aiming for here, to bring the Lake District, or anywhere really, but in this instance it's the Lake District, bringing it to your home until you're able to get here yourself. And if you're unable to get up here ever again, you know, I know some of you have told me that your hiking days are over, you've hung up your boots, but you enjoy watching the videos, you know, it brings it all back. It feels like you're back out here again with me, and that's wonderful. It really is. And just going back to what I was saying up on Fleetwith Pike a few weeks ago, you know, this is my purpose in life now. I finally found it, bringing you these outdoor spaces to your homes or wherever you're watching. I know that some of you watch it at work, that kind of stuff. You do night duties and just a little bit of escapism. So yes, that is my job from now on until the day I die. Hallelujah. What the hell have I done? I've ended up on the moon again. Yeah, so it just pretty much undulates this ridge up and down. It's quite interesting. There's some interesting little features here. There's a tarn a bit further along, and then we finally get up to Crags, which is at the end of the ridge, and is actually slightly higher, ever so slightly higher than Glaramara. Look at this place. And you know, we're getting to that time of year where, you know, it's starting to snow. So it's all going to transform and look even more amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. So there's Crags right in front. And you can see there's a bit of a dip here, and then we're going to go back up again, but it's nothing. You know, we've broken the back of the walk today. And as I've said before, by we, I mean we, you and me. We're all out here together, having a fantastic time in the lakes in these beautiful conditions. I still haven't found where I want to eat yet. A bit closer to Crags, I think. I'll tell you what, let's head down to where it's now in a cloud, under a cloud. Damn it. But it's this next bump along here, along the ridge. We'll get there, get off the path a little bit, and we should get a clearer view looking out towards Seathwaite Fell and Great Gable, and enjoy. So, what's that, 5-10 minutes maybe? Let's do it. Some clouds coming over now, you see, so it's starting to look interesting on the ground. Getting more shadows, softer light. This bodes very well. I wasn't actually going to bring my camera today because I thought, you know, it's just forecast to be wall-to-wall blue sky. Not great, but I thought, well, I'll bring it because it's useful for doing the showcase of what you can see from the top of the fells, you know, like you guys like. And zooming in on stuff, because obviously this camera is very wide angle, but you never know, I might get some shots today. Now that I've said that, I probably won't, because all the clouds will go now, watch. Okay, we're now on that second next little bump along the ridge from Glaramara. Let's spin you around. There's Glaramara back there. And I think this might be a good spot to stop. Paths over that way. What I am very pleased about is the fact that I had a little minor surgery on my ingrown toenail yesterday. I was told not to go and do any walking for a good 2 or 3 days and give it a rest, but you know, did you not realise that's impossible because I made a pledge. I've got to get out every week, come hell or high water. So here I am. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is settle down, get my butties out, and then I'm going to update the Black Clan, my Patreon group, about, you know, what's in store in terms of my toe and what happened yesterday and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, you want to find out a bit more, why not consider joining the Black Clan over on patreon.com/the Black Clan, and get a whole lot of other perks as well. They're on the screen here. It's just easier to do that. So for a small subscription each month, you get all this stuff. Yeah, and obviously it helps out with the channel massively. In fact, it just keeps me out here. Anyway, enough waffle. There's going to be more waffle on Patreon, but you don't care about that. I'll see you guys in a minute when I start heading off down towards that little townlet and then up towards Crags. Well, this is definitely up there with one of the best lunch stops I've ever had. What a view. Although, midges are starting to move in now, so I think now is a good time to move on. Get on with the rest of the walk. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that, it's a great end. With all that snow on it there. Obviously with it being facing the north, it's going to stay there probably all day, not thaw out. Flipping out, lots of midges. Right, let's get on. That was delicious. It's always a bit of a worry though, you know, the first clip, or in fact all the clips after having something to eat, I always worry that I've got food around my mouth or, you know, like a big piece of lettuce sticking out my teeth. So if I have, I do apologise, just try and ignore it. Just put something on that part of your screen so you can't see it. Anyway, let's get down to the little townlet here. We do drop a bit of height here, unfortunately. It is a bit of a shame. And then slowly make our way up to Crags. Just think about time now. It's just after midday. And I'm thinking I could probably get to Stockley Bridge round about 3 o'clock. If I can aim for that, then we're good. That'll give me another hour to walk down the road and there'll be enough light to film and stuff. Let's get on. What a gorgeous day. Hope you're enjoying it. I flippin' am. It is so peaceful here today. Besides the sound of that plane, I don't know if you can hear that, there's a jet going over right on the flight path, unfortunately. Besides that, and the sound of my own voice and my own heavy breathing, I can't hear anything else, nothing. The aeroplane, oh my stomach. I mean, this is just such a mountain environment. You feel like you're in the mountains here. I've always felt like that here. Around, we're not quite at Eskhors yet, but you know, this area, Eskhors, Crags, Ruddygill, Seathwaite Fell, sorry. All these sorts of places, you feel like you're deep in the mountains, and you are, I suppose. Well, you are, you know. Look at it. Let me give you a few seconds of just looking at it without me yip-yapping. Nice, isn't it? I love that reflection there, that almost laser-cut rock. And it's reflected in the water as well. This is the trouble now, actually. I'm being blinded by not one sun, but two suns. Yikes. And, you know, it's almost like an infinity pool, that. I better not say that because you'll get all the bloody Insta-Egypts down here. with the bum sticking out the water, you know. Infinity pool. Now you see, this would be another good photograph. So if you're a photographer, you should really follow these vlogs because I'm giving you all these amazing ideas. Piker's Tickle, right through the gap there, look. Just a shame that Piker's Tickle's not a bit higher, or this is a bit lower, and you'd get it reflected, but unfortunately not. Okay, I've been walking for 5 days now, and Alan Crags just isn't getting any flipping closer. I don't know what's going on. Another Lyle infinity pool. Beautiful. Wow, full house up on the top of Alan Crags. Excuse the shiny head. But it doesn't surprise me that it's so busy up there because it is a very easy one to bag just off the path at S4-Ep2. If you're a Wainwright bagger, it kind of makes sense just to jog up and get it. Well, my lunch is about here now. Okay, here we are on Alan Crags. Hiya. Cheers, mate.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Absolutely. That was lovely. Just bumped into a Black Clan member. Well, one of you guys, Lee. That's the first time I've actually bumped into a Black Clan member in the wild, I think, that's not been on a black mass with me. So that was lovely. Nice to meet you, Lee. And enjoy the rest of your walk. I hope well, by the time you watch this, you would have hopefully long finished. But what an epic walk that was. In fact, because Lee was doing that for charity, I'll stick a link. I'm going to contact Lee when I get home. I should have mentioned this a minute ago. I'm going to contact when I get home and ask him if he can give us a link to his donation page, wherever that is. And if you're interested in donating, click in the link in the description and donate to that. It'll be a good cause. He's doing a big walk today. Anyway, Alan Crags. It's all right. It's not, you know, it's a bit of a meh bump, but it's this. This is what we're talking about. That is incredible. And you know, the sun is getting lower. So the light now hitting Seathwaite Fell is looking very nice. Just little crags lit up here and there. Got sprinkling tan just down there now. Obviously Great Gable behind it. And we can see Pillar. We can see quite a bit of the Moorthdale Horseshoe now as well. Now we can see Steeple just sticking up ever so slightly to the left of Black Crag. Great End here, of course. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down to S4-Ep2 there, which is just there, and make my way down to Sprinkling Tarn, get onto Seathwaite Fell, because I think at that point I'm going to have my Morris bar. Got it in here. Give me a little bit of energy before I head back down. Real mountain country now. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's get on. So, just kind of contouring around a little bit and then pick up the path that'll take me down to, take us down to S4-Ep2. That sun has just gone in and literally within 2 or 3 seconds, the temperature has dropped significantly. You really feel that then. Look at that. Pike of Blisco there. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know when I'm pointing this camera. Pike of Blisco down that way. Lingmoor. Got all those to come yet in this season. Very excited. Okay, here we go. As we start to head down towards Sprinkling Tarn, this is actually one of my favourite paths in the Lake District. You'll see why. It kind of goes down towards Ruddy Gill and it's incredible. And in the next video, I'll actually be coming down here. So this is Great End. I'll be finishing on Great End, coming down to S4-Ep2. and then down, and down this same path here. And you can really very, very clearly see from this angle now, the first time today actually, you can see Great Napes. Not been able to see it all day today because we've been coming in from a different angle, but now we're further around to the west, we can see it. Lovely. The light has gone interesting. Anything could happen now. All these clouds are rolling in, look. It's getting quite moody looking. And like I said, it's definitely dropped temperature-wise. Right, here's us. This is where we're going. Get this little pile of stones. This is, without a shadow of doubt, one of the finest paths in the Lake District. Purely because of this view. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And if you've never been here, you're watching this, you know, for the first time on YouTube via this camera, via a GoPro, which is very, very wide angle, you're probably not getting the full effect. If you've been here before, then you'll know exactly what this is like. You know, this hill here is very close, it's very imposing. Great Gable doesn't, in real life, doesn't look like it's 50,000 miles away. It feels very close, almost like you can touch it, you know. I think if there's any path that you should walk on, at any point in your life, when you come to the Lake District, you should make it this one, in this direction if you can. It's looking nice. I'm loving the light there on Base Brown, and then behind it we've got well, the rest of them. It's 1:15. I do feel like I'm kind of running out of time a little bit. I know it sounds ridiculous. It's not late, but still quite a long way to go yet. I've got all of Seathwaite Fell to walk along and then back again, and then I've got to get down to Styhead Tarn and then back down to the valley, which should be pretty quick going, but still, you know, I don't like not having my torch. Look at this. This bit here is the best bit, actually. I love this snaking path here. Come on, let's walk it. As weird as this probably sounds, I think this section of path is kind of worth everything that we've done today. I think it's probably the highlight of today, actually. The whole reason why we're here is to walk down this path. Another lovely section. Honestly, it's just there's some bits of it are just so beautiful. Look at this. Another one of my favourite views is down here, and I'll be going down here next week. So next week I'll be dropping down the same path, cutting across here, this is Ruddy Gill, and then down there, down to Grange Gill, back into the valley. It's lovely though, honestly, this view here, look at it. And it's looking very nice back out towards Glaramara, so that's Glaramara there. And you can actually see the bump where I had my lunch. Looking particularly lovely with the shadow behind it. Yeah, somebody up there. I don't know whether it was a human or a sheep or an alien or what. Just saw something, tiny little speck moving. This is Great End, so I'll be there, like I said, next week. Excited. I just love standing at the very top of that gully there. You kind of drop down a little bit. I'm sure I've done that on I was going to say a recent video, but it wasn't a recent video. It was the Scafell Pike one I did a couple of years ago. Scafell Pike, the quickest way up, I think it was. It is the quickest way up. However, it's not the best way up. Next week is the best way. Okay. Here is Sprinkling Tarn. And we're going to get down to the other side of it. So that far side. And then head on to Seathwaite Fell itself. So this is a bit of a first. Normally there's tents here. You can pretty much guarantee there'll be at least one tent pitched up either at this end or on that far side there or on the island here. On a day like today, on a Saturday, I am surprised. Now, to be fair to the people who do wild camp here, you can see why, can't you? You can see why they camp here. It's beautiful. I mean, the light over there is looking amazing. And I'm loving this here, this reflection. Anyway, let's head on up to the fell and get some marsh bar action going because I'm flagging already. And up we go. So you can see there's like a bit of a path going there, staying low. I don't want to do that, I want to go up. Flipping distractions everywhere. Yeah, the reason I want to go up is because Seathwaite Fell is a bit of a weird one. It's kind of got 3 summits, would you believe it? It's got a south top, it's got an actual summit, as in the highest point, and it's got a Wainwright summit, which is the lowest point. Not the lowest point, but the lowest of the 3. Doesn't make any sense to me, but there you go. So what we're going to do is just go all of them. That's probably the easiest thing to do. So we'll hit South Top first, get onto the true summit, the highest point, and then we'll get over to the Wainwright summit. It's just the craziest landscape ever, isn't it? Real mountain territory now. I've said that a few times today, and you know, it just does feel that way. And once again, like I always say, this camera flattens a lot of the hills down. They're much bigger than they actually seem here. And as I've mentioned before in a previous video, I don't know when that was, probably years ago, Seathwaite Fell and Seathwaite itself, the village, is the wettest place in England. By a long way, I think, as well. And let's face it, England isn't exactly dry, is it? So for this to be the wettest place, you can imagine how much rain it puts down here. It's crazy. Look at it. I'm sorry, I'm probably really boring you to death with just saying, look at it all the time, but just look at it. Oh. Hey, Hurdy. The only thing I'd ask for now, and I know it's greedy, is just to get rid of this blue sky. So get rid of the blue sky here, but obviously have gaps in the cloud over there, wherever the sun is here. So the light can still hit the ground, but have nice dark grrr here would be amazing. Okay, let me just point something out to you. And this is crazy. I don't know why people are doing this. Look at that path there that's gouged right into the ground. That is very clear that people are just making a beeline either to the true top, but more likely than anything else, the Wainwright summit. If you're here, why wouldn't you come up here and do this one? I don't get it. Look at it, it's gorgeous. I've never really understood Wainwright bagging or any kind of peak bagging really. You know, this is why I've never done the Wainwrights. I've done a lot of them many times over in different routes, and I've done some walks where I don't even hit a summit. You know, to go and have a look at something because it's just interesting. I mean, I'm enjoying this, don't get me wrong, because I'm obviously seeing places that I haven't seen before, and I wouldn't see if I wasn't perhaps doing hiking the Wainwrights, but kind of mixing it up a bit and seeing other stuff like this, you know, for example. Not really that bothered about hitting the Wainwright one. Might make any sense here. I'm tired, so kind of rambling a little bit, but hopefully you know what I mean. Anyway, now got to the point. So this is on the map, this is 631. This is the south top, second highest. We've got great slack here, it's going to drop down a little bit here. Then it's up to 632, the highest point, and then over there somewhere, 601, Wainwright's Peak. And then we've got to come back. So maybe that's why that path's there. Maybe that's the quick escape route, because that is actually the way I'll come back. So maybe I have to just take all that back, what I've just said. I don't think it is. I think that is people toing and froing to the Wainwright Peak. Okay, let's get across Great Slack, which is actually quite a big drop down by the looks of it. Okay, I probably am going to have to join that trod, the proper thick path up to there. That's unavoidable now. But before I take one more step, look at this little mountain pool here. Isn't that gorgeous? That black reflection there. This is lovely. This is truly magnificent, actually. Look at that. Oh my. Wow. It'd be lovely to come up here on a proper winter's day. Again, not a breath of wind, snow on the ground, bit of cloudage would be nice. Okay, so you can see the path goes off here and carries on down, all the way to Wainwright Summit there, look, with its view down that way. But I'm going to pop up here and check out the highest point of Seathwaite, 632. Okay, here we are on the true summit of Seathwaite. Much clearer view now of Great Gable, looking down towards where I'm going to be shortly. Kind of work out where the stretcher box is. Yeah, there's a stretcher box at Stye Head. And then the tarn is down to the side. Cool, out of breath. Lovely. Light is getting much softer now. It's lovely. It really is so nice. If only I didn't have to go to Wainwright's flipping summit, which is all the way out there, look. I mean, it'll take about 5 minutes, but if there's ever a summit that I'm not that fussed about, it's that one. This is great. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, let me spin you around. Why do we need another one when you've got that? You know, I do get a little bit of hate from people who, you know, challenge me. How dare you question the great Alfred Wainwright? How dare you say that he was wrong? But, you know, he was just a guy, he's just a bloke. And let's face it, we all know that there are some very strange, arbitrary hills that he just shoved in there just because he kind of fancied them. I always go back to Stone Arthur. And also Mungrisel Common. Why? Anyway, let's get over there. Let's just tick it off, you know. Oh no, the sun's going. There's a cloud just covering up the sun. Oh, I wanted to sit there in the sun and enjoy my Mars bar. Okay, I get it. This is why. It's for the view, and similar to Stone Arthur as well, actually. It's the view that's important. And boy, that one's a good one. And this is spectacular, actually, as you approach. This morning, at the beginning, the intro sequence, I was looking up this way. I'm going to push on to Stye Head Tarn, yes. I'm going to have my Mars bar there. I think I'd just be happier once I've kind of double back and put a bit more ground under my feet rather than sitting here and waiting. If I'd had my torch, and this is the thing, you see, I never ever come out in the winter or leading up to winter without my torch. Always have it. And for some reason today, I just forgot it. It's in the van. It's in the flipping van. That is an essential bit of kit. I think what I'll do is just blast my way back now to Sprinkling Tarn and pick up the path that's going to take me back down to Stye Head. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, it's looking nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, weather's changed again. Sun's back out. I think it's messing with me. It's just not letting me have my Mars bar. We're back at this beautiful mountain tarn. This is spectacular. Look at that. Okay, bombing it along the Wainwright Trail now. After everything I said. All right, back at Stye Head Tarn, just there. Looking a bit choppy now. I actually can't remember what it looked like before. Was it choppy before? I can't remember. Yeah, so it's taken me probably about a good 40 minutes from here to the end and back again maybe a little bit longer, maybe 50 minutes, like 25 minutes each way. So it's up to you whether you feel like that's worth it. It's definitely nice coming around here, and it's definitely worth going up onto the actual proper highest summit. Whether or not you want to go to Wainwrights, I don't know. It's up to you. Right, it's good. Happy. And I'm very happy when I see light like that. A nice little slice there. Shame about the flipping blue sky again though. Got a new dog. Hello. Oh, you're lovely, aren't you? I miss my dog. But yeah, I think this would have been just a bit too long for her. I think she probably would have enjoyed it all day today, and she would have got to this point now where she's thinking, I hate life. And then obviously tomorrow she'd be absolutely wrecked. Okay, first glimpse of Stayed Tarn just there, look. I reckon, what's that I think? 7 minutes? I always say 7 minutes, don't I? But I reckon about 7 minutes, and I'll be at the path that kind of intersects this one and goes off. This is one of my favourite places actually, round Stayed, because you know you've got these paths that branch off all over the place. One in particular is one of the most outstanding in the Lake District, and I'll be doing that next week. Stick around for that. Nearly at the stretcher box. Look at the light down there now. Oh God. Nearly. You know, I thought the Lake District was supposed to be a lot of people's, quote, happy place. I've not seen a single smiley person today, except for Lee earlier on today. Everybody else has been really dour, you know, grumpy, hate life. I'm hating life right now, I'm tripping all over these bloody rocks, stubbing me toe. But yeah, just don't get it. I don't get how you can possibly, you know, you get someone who's walking past you with a big smile on their face. That's me, by the way. Maybe a little bit psychotic. Maybe that's what it is. And I always say, hello, you know, happy. And everybody's just like, I hate you. And I hate this place and I hate life. Anyway, stretcher box. Here we go. It's been a while since I was last here. And going up there. Right, so I was going to get a Morris bar at Stayed stretcher box. let's just, might as well just admit the fact that I'm probably going to have it in the van. But I'm not. I'm going to try and get it a bit further down. I'll scoff it. Bloody hell, look at it up there now. Look at the light. Great end. That right up there is called Arran Slack. That's the scree hell that takes you up to Windy Gap between Great Gable and Green Gable, and it is a living hell. It's awful. It's literally 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Across Stayed Gill, because we're heading to Stockley Bridge. And then back in that way. So in next week's walk, I'll be on the other side of the gill here, coming up that way from Taylor Gill Force. It's a beautiful walk, honestly. You'll see. Well, it's a nice little gateway, isn't it? Now, I don't want to keep on talking about it, but not a single person has said hello to me today, apart from Lee. Nobody. I've come across groups, individuals. I just say hello and smile and no one says hello back. I don't know what's going on. I just really hope this isn't a trend, you know, that people just don't speak to each other anymore. I get it in the streets of London. Totally understand that, because you might get stabbed, but here, no, this is what we do. We say hello. We're friendly Northern scum. We're not scum. We are northern and we're friendly. In fact, a lot of you guys aren't northern. You're not even from England and you're friendly and you say hello. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just a weird trend. Oh. Hey, Herdies. Oh, you look so cute. So the last time I stood here, it was sideways rain. It was hideous, hideous day. It was the Everest Base Camp training day that we did back in 2019. God, it was crazy. Okay, almost down. Just getting to Stockley Bridge. Super gorgeous. It's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. So that is actually Seathwaite Fell there, look. That's where I was, but kind of out of view up on Wainwrights summit. Right, let's do this long track now back to Seathwaite Farm. Which one? That one. Doesn't smell good round here. Moo. Oh, there's a calf there, look. Hello, dog. How you doing? That really reminded me of the dogs that we used to have on the trail in Nepal, going pretty much all the way, you know, right up to Dingboche. They were lovely, just walk with you, and every time you had a break they'd sit with you, obviously waiting for food. But you know, kind of felt like you were loved. Black as well, like that. Anyway, on the road now. I'm gonna plod on down here until I get to the vein, and then we'll go to the pub. You see these here, these yew trees here, they are the Borrowdale yews. There's 3 of them now, there were 4 originally, and Wordsworth wrote about them. 1,500 years old they are. 1,500 years old. I'm going to have a look at them one day. I'll go and do a little bit of a mini walk up there and show you them. But let's just put that into perspective a minute. 1,500 years. So when Ragnar Lothbrok was ripping and pillaging his way through the northeast, those trees were already 500 years old. Mad, isn't it? So that's looking up to where I was today. I kind of came along up that ridge there, past the Cornish pasty, up onto Thornyfoot Fell, way over, and you can't see Glaramara, but it's over that way. You can kind of make out a little bit of Allen Crags, maybe, yeah, maybe not. And then got Great End and Seathwaite Fell here, kind of next to each other. Wonderful. And this is Base Brown, and I'm walking backwards down the middle of the road. What am I doing? It's a little bit soul destroying coming down here, it has to be said. I do like those pickups, I really do. I also like the Ford Raptors as well. They're absolutely immense. They just wouldn't fit on these roads, not down here. Well, they probably would, but no one else would be able to fit on the road. You'd have to drive over everybody. Just realised as well that kind of felt like my bag was a bit weird today, and it just didn't feel straight. Felt like it was coming off one shoulder. The shoulder wasn't tight enough. So if I've looked a little bit skew-if today, a little bit out of kilter, that's why I had the bag on wrong. I shouldn't be allowed out the house. It is lovely though, you know. As soul-destroying as it is walking down this road after a long day in the hills, it's still nice, you know, it's a very pleasant place to be. Nice little gill there. Sorry, my nose is running like mad. God knows what you've seen today in terms of snottage and very cold now. This hand is almost frozen off. And it just feels like winter's coming, and this time of year is really, really nice, you know, leading up to Christmas and the weather changing. Excited, I'm very excited about the future and what's coming. It feels so much later than it actually is. The clocks went back the other week and it's only 4 o'clock, you know. But it's a lot darker than it looks like in this camera. Oh, hang on a minute. Where is it? Nice bar. Here's the main road. So Seatoller is just up here. Alrighty, back at the van. I don't even know if you can see me, alright, I have no idea. But you can hear me at least. I'm not too sure where I'm going to go to the pub just yet. I think the original plan was to go perhaps to the Scafell Hotel, but I think all the places around here are going to be rammed because it's Saturday. It's been such a glorious day. There were loads of people coming off Scafell Pike. I think a lot of people are going to be in the pubs around here. So I think what I might do is just head to somewhere a little bit closer to home perhaps. This is a bit crazier, maybe even in Carmel. I might go all the way down there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to Carmel. Because I don't think there's any other time that I'll go into that village and get a pint. So let's do it. I'm excited. I think I spoke too soon. This is the traffic trying to get to Keswick. I haven't got to Keswick yet. This is going to take a long time to get home. Oh dear. Okay, I didn't go to Carmel. I'm actually home. I was sat in that traffic jam for a good 40 minutes and, you know, what I should have done in hindsight is I should have stayed in the area, gone to one of the pubs there and just let it calm down, let the road settle down a bit. But yeah, 40 flipping minutes, honestly. Like I said, come home. It's, as you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know, 7:30. It's dark, I'm tired, it's been a long day. And the last thing I want to do is then go into Carmel and battle there, because it's a Saturday night, it'll be probably packed. So I made the split decision on the way home. I'm just going to get here and go to the shop, try one of these. I think that could go down quite well. But before I crack that open, here, by the way, stop looking around, stop being nosy, here. Anyway, before I crack that open, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for watching today. And I hope, like I say always, that you've got something from it, either route ideas or you've been mildly entertained by, you know, the views. Definitely not me, the views. So I hope you can join me on the next episode, Scafell Pike. It is going to be a good one. I'll see you then.